Hey there, welcome to the first Out Past the Rings. Well, I guess maybe this is 0 because it's the pilot episode. See if I can actually sustain a few minutes talking about each release. So I guess we'll start with Zegema Beach itself as an entity and an idea, and that it comes from the movie Starship Troopers. As my roommate and I were watching Starship Troopers one intoxicated night in university and got to the part when the father talks about Zegema Beach and going to the outer rings. We rewound it at least 20 times and thought it was quite funny, and it was somewhere around there that I said, if I ever have a record label, I'm going to call it Zegema Beach Records. So yeah, that happened, but it was 10 years or so after that night. In university, one of my friends, Steve, worked for a company that made apparel for, maybe not apparel is the right word, uniforms for companies like McDonald's and so forth. So he had these made. They don't say Zegema Beach. I guess if you're looking at it, it says Beach Zegema, but whatever. I think he made 4 of them. One for myself and himself and 2 of our friends. As far as I know, this is the last one that's in existence, but I could be wrong. Maybe 1 or 2 other people still have them. Well, I guess let's move on to the first technical release that isn't... Well, it's on Bandcamp, so I guess it's the very first Zampler that I made, I guess sometime in late 2013, which was when the label was born at the end of 2013, when the first official release came out. I remember making 30 of these first ones on a really crap printer and bringing them to, I'm pretty sure, a Fox Mulder or Animal Faces show that was happening in Toronto, and just gave them all out. I don't think anyone really knew what was happening. But there's Via Fondo, La Parade, Amber, Casillas, Trishimbrod, and Carrion Spring on here. So, yeah, it took us a long time to actually release a Trishimbrod album, but we did it. Very interesting. So this is one of the test ones I did. So this one's 1 out of 4. This is one of my personal copies. The idea of the Zampler, by the way, considering its design, I guess, is to be able to stand up. So that's what the back flaps are for. The whole idea is that it stands up. So that's it. I've received more compliments than I ever would have expected about the design, but that's why it looks like this, in case you're wondering why it has the wings at the back. I guess this was also around the time I came up with the slogan, a community rooted in promoting honest, passionate, inspiring music, usually with screaming, because I had to put something on the back of the CD. I don't know why this one says oops 1 out of 4, but it does. Oh, this was actually the first sampler. It was not called a Zampler until number 2, when my wife Lisa said, you should call that a Zampler, at which point I freaked out and started screaming, how did I not think of that earlier? So I definitely give the credit to the word Zampler to Lisa. I guess if I had a favorite track on this, it would have to be Rovinimi by Via Fondo, because that is one of my ultimate tracks, and the music video for it is amazing. But we can talk more about Via Fondo soon. So, I don't know, was this interesting? Well, hello there, and welcome to the first, or 0, or